All right, y'all. So a lot of people been saying they can't find no videos on this Mercedes, this R350. This is a 2011. So I'm making a quick video on a starter replacement for it. As y'all can see, don't talk about, it's no jack stands under there. But the emergency brake, if you gotta work like this, all my jack stands being taken up by this BMW in the back that's falling apart. But anyway, the emergency brake is on. I do have that under there, and I do have some support where, so if it was to come down, it's gonna come down right on those 2x4s. So I should still have enough room on this side to be able to get out of there, but it's not rolling nowhere with the emergency brake on. Now, if your jack fell, that's something different. Which, I mean, you should know if your jack is failing already or not. But anyway, moving on. This is a R350 4MATIC, and we're doing the starter on here. I know a lot of people been saying they can't find any videos on this vehicle right here. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. There you go. All right. So I see a lot of people drop this catalytic converter, and everybody's going off the ML350 video. Me personally, I didn't do any of that. As you can see, I did use an extension to get back here and get both my top starter bolt off. All right, I pulled that off. As you can see, my starter is hanging right here. You see my exhaust is still up. I didn't take no catalytic converter out of there. All right, all I got to do is take my wires off now. What I did have to do is get this little bracket off, okay? Once you get your two starter bolts out, this bracket will prevent it from dropping down, okay? Once you take your two 10mm bolts off of there and get that bracket out your way, it opens up enough space. Now, if you can see, there is, way back here, there is a bolt that holds this line, this starter line to the alternator. There's a bolt there. I just cracked it loose. I did not take it off. I cracked it loose. Okay, when I took this bracket off, my starter fell right down there. None of this is taken off, all right? You don't gotta go take the whole catalytic converter and drop that out. You don't have to do it, all right? This is it. My starter is hanging. Only thing that I do now is disconnect my back wires, which I can get to right there. Pull that black cap off. It is a 13mm nut on there. We're gonna take that off. We're gonna take our remote line off of there. Right here, it should be a 10 behind there. We'll take that off. Take those two lines off, put our new starter in. We should be able to put it up. Sneak our bracket back in there. Once you got your bracket snuck back in there, if you want to put the heat shield back over this, honestly, it's not really preventing. It's already enough heat shields already around it. So you don't really have to put that heat shield back on. But I mean, we are professionals, so we are putting the bracket back on. But you know, if you don't want to put yours back on, it won't. The heat shield bracket for this won't hurt anything. But anyway, that's what you want to do. This literally took me about 20 minutes to do. I'm gonna say that in a rough way. I'm gonna say 20 minutes, you know, to really do. Now, you know, putting it back up there, once I get that screw started. Okay, so my bracket came all the way off. So now my bracket came all the way off. Anyway, that's that. So I just wanted to share this video with y'all. So use a long extension. You're gonna come up and you're gonna use that for your top bolt for the starter. And then you can go underneath that. Now, mind you, there is these O2 sensors. And basically, once you take your first, let me show y'all. Once you take your first starter bottom bolt out, that whole bracket you can control and you can move. So you just want to pull these out of their housings, pull them out. I think I did disconnect one of them, well, two of them I did disconnect right here, but that was just to give me a little bit more room to get that bracket out the way. So then once you got that, you're basically, you're home. I wouldn't recommend taking that top starter bolt all the way out if you can prevent it, because basically it's going to be kind of hard to put it back up there. The top bolt for your starter is going to be hard to get that bolt back in there. But if you do have to do it that way, what you do is you get you a piece of tissue, and you put the tissue inside of your socket and then push the bolt back into it so it's snugged in there, and you put it up there the best you can until you can get it in that hole. And then that's how you would do that as far as putting that back in there. You would need something to snug that bolt in there so that you can kind of sneak that bolt back through there. Take a piece of tissue and hold your bolt inside there, and that'll snug your bolt so you don't drop your bolt. And this is all old school stuff. And if it's any old school mechanics on here that's looking for this video, I'm pretty sure y'all like that tip because y'all know that tip. Anyway, that's how you do it. My exhaust never came down. And the starter is out. You see my starter right here. Y'all see my hand right here. And y'all see the exhaust still up. And y'all see my starter hanging. This is a 2011 R350.